One of the big questions facing teams this year is regarding how to allocate resources between 2021 and 2022. Some of the teams have already stopped developing this year's car so they can completely focus on 2022, with Mercedes being one such team. Red Bull, on the other hand, have been making significant progress over the last few races, leading some to suggest that they are doing this at the cost of properly developing their 2022 car. Red Bull driver Max Verstappen has now explained if this is the right approach. I'm your host, Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, are Red Bull sacrificing 2022 to win the championship this year? Max began by accepting that they have a great package. We do have a very good package, but I want to see it again every single weekend, because every track is different and it's still about finding the perfect setup on the car, because it can be quite sensitive in some areas to make it work, and it's never good enough. He then explained why he is constantly after improvements. I always want to try to improve every single weekend, because even a weekend like this, of course it looks amazing, we won with a big margin, but it's never good enough, so we just try and look into the details of what we can do better. He also admitted that Red Bull are actively developing the RB16B, and he explained why that is. I don't know what's going on with the other teams, but I know that of course from our side, we do improve our car almost every race, which I think is very important, because we have a good opportunity to have a good season. He signed off by elaborating on whether developing their current car will compromise their 2022 campaign. I'm confident with the people we have in the team that also the focus for next year is 100%. So I think so far I don't see that compromise, but of course time will tell next year if it's like that. Yeah, I fully agree with the approach we have for this season. Fast feed. Mercedes Lewis Hamilton feels that their major issue is straight line speed. Whether that's power or wing, it feels draggy, but it also feels not that strong on the straights. He also doesn't accept anything. He thinks they've still got many races ahead of them and they've got to keep pushing. He added that they're world champions and that's what they can definitely improve if they put their minds to it. Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko doesn't want to make the same mistake as BMW in 2008 when Robert Kubica had a realistic chance of winning the championship, but the business plan said to switch early to next season. He surmised no risk, no fun. They'll have to sort that out somehow then. Retired F1 driver Johnny Herbert feels that Red Bull's Sergio Perez has matured brilliantly over the last couple of years. He's in a team with a lot of pressure and expectations and he's been able to deliver. Another former F1 driver in Paul di Resta, meanwhile, suggested that it wasn't the pit stop that lost Perez the race in Austria, it was the qualifying. He was down in 5th yesterday and got the jump from Bottas with the penalty. You need to do a job over both days, Paul added. Andrew Chauvelin, Mercedes trackside engineering director, has stated they've clearly got a bit of pace to find. However, they'll use the next few days constructively to try and do everything they can to close that gap. McLaren's Lando Norris is of the opinion that P5 is still a very good result for them. Hopefully they can come back and do the same again next week. AlphaTauri's Pierre Gasly doesn't think there's too much to say about the Styrian Grand Prix. He was in the middle of the straight when the incident happened. So he doesn't believe there was a lot he could do. It was a great weekend up until that moment, and he's obviously extremely disappointed to not be a part of the race. He reiterated that they had a great package to score points here. It's extremely frustrating as they're in a tight fight in the Constructors' Championship. However, they still remain 5th, which is really positive for the team. His teammate Yuki Tsunoda agreed that it was a real shame for Pierre, but the pace of the car is definitely there, so they just need to put it all together next week. And for Alpine's Fernando Alonso, it's good to score some more points for the team. Are Red Bull taking a major risk for 2022 by focusing on their car in 2021? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.